guys, what's up? It's Anna Louise and I am back for another video. I've been seeing this go around a lot on YouTube actually recently. I saw, if you know Fabulous Hannah, I saw her do it, and it is the, as you can tell by the title, the what I would name my baby future child tag. And I think this is very appropriate because I have baby fever and I just got engaged, which here's my ring again just because I love to show it off because I'm so proud of it. And also I have a little nephew who is over at my house all the time, and I don't know, babies surround my life these days and the thought of babies, so I thought, why not make this video, because eventually I do want to have children in the next couple of years and I'm always thinking of baby names, so might as well. So these are going to be basically baby names that I would name my child. Well, they're baby names I really like but would not name my child, and I will obviously say the reasons why. So first of all, I guess we'll just go ahead and start with girls. Like, ever since I was little, I don't know, I guess as a little girl I was always like, you know, I want a girl and blah 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 and this and that, and I never really thought about boy names as much because just as a little girl I was like, you know, like, oh, I want a girl. So like as I was little I had all these names picked out. I think the very first name I ever liked for a baby was Lily, which I don't like that anymore as much. But I do, I mean, I like it, but honestly, most of the baby names I love, my fiance does not like. Yeah, so he would like rather name the child or our baby like something so like Sue or Susie, or like some totally not in fashion name. But, and also, like, I feel really bad, like, if you're named these names, like, please, I don't know, I feel bad, like, I feel bad saying I don't like names, so please don't take it to heart, because it doesn't mean anything. I just wouldn't name my child that name, you know. So basically I really like I guess interesting new names and kind of mixed with like old-fashioned, so like something that not every child is named mixed with something old-fashioned. Like, I don't want something like totally out there, but I don't want something super common. I want something with just a little bit of flair. So one name, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this one number one. Like, first off, my most favorite girl name is Blakely, and I'm obsessed with that name. I love it so much, and my fiance hates it, and he's like, that's one of the worst names ever, and you are not naming our child that, and everything. And I'm just like, because I love that name. I first heard it in my junior year of high school. My English teacher actually named her daughter that, and then ever since then I've liked it. And it's so weird because like ever since then I have been seeing that name become more popular, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful, and my boyfriend hates it. But then again, one of my ex-boyfriends actually has that name, not Lee at the end, but Blake, so that wouldn't work, and I wouldn't like that. So that is one con, but Blakely is definitely my favorite girl name, and I would love to name my child Blakely, but I mean, I can't always get what I want. I mean, it has to be compromised, so Blakely is my first one. Number two, I love the name Sarah, and that is very common, but it is also old-fashioned, and I absolutely love it. But the reason why I would not name my girl Sarah, even though I love the name, is because it is very, very common, and also, and I feel like this is one reason that I don't want to name my child a lot of names, is because I know people with that name and it just kind of ruins it. And that's what sucks, because like I've had so many friends and just different people that's done me wrong, and I've liked their names, but now I feel like every time I think about those names it just kind of ruins it, you know. So like Sarah, I love that name, but probably won't name my child that. And so another name would have to be Braylon. I like the name Braylon, but once again, my fiance does not, and he's just like, that's such an ugly name, and you would like any name with the last couple letters being Lynn or Lee. And I mean, that's true, I guess. I do like a lot of names that end with Lynn and Lee, but I don't know, that's just my preference, and he just doesn't like it. But I love the name Braylon, and I also like, my next name will be Gracelyn. I love the name Gracelyn. Grace is obviously like an old-fashioned kind of name, and then but with Lynn on the end, so that's a little bit different, and that's why I love it. But same reason, my fiance does not like it. And it also, just saying, if I've been saying fiance and boyfriend back and forth, I'm still not used to calling him my fiance yet. Feels amazing to call him my fiance, but I'm not 100% used to it yet. So if I keep saying like boyfriend and fiance, which I don't know if I've been mixing it up, but if I have, that's why. But that's why I would not name my child Graceland. So the next name that I really, really like is Tesla, and I love that name, but one thing that would make me not name my little girl that is because of the car Tesla. And honestly, I didn't even think about that until my fiance and his mother was saying how that's a car, so then it just kind of stuck in my head. And like, I don't know, I mean, I still could probably get over that, but just right now, I just think about it being a car, and I just don't really want my little girl, my little sweet, innocent girl, to be named after, like, a car. I don't know, it just seems weird. But I do really like the name Tesla, and another name would be Emma. And the reason why I would not name my daughter Emma, although I do love the name, and actually, I don't know, this is another one that I could probably get over, is that it's so common. It is really common, but it's also just so beautiful, and I feel like it's like so classy. So like that, the names, actually, I'll just go ahead and name a couple. Emma, Ella, and yeah, Emma and Ella. Emma and Ella are two that I could probably get over the whole fact that they're very common because they are just so graceful. I love them, but it's still in my mind that, you know, they're so common, so I don't know if I'd really want to name them that or not. But now on to another name I love but would not name my child would be Bella or Isabella. And that's because, I mean, to be honest, all I can think about is Twilight when I hear Bella. Like, I just feel like Isabella, Arabella, Bella, in general, I just feel like all I can think about is Twilight and Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, and I just, no. Yeah, I was obsessed with Twilight in 5th grade, but now, I do not want my child being named that, although I love the name. But I just feel like people ruin names, like I really do. Okay, and so for the last one I want to mention for girls, and that is because I really don't have any other names out of my mind right now, because honestly, and this is the truth, the other night, me and my fiance were like sitting talking about girls' names for hours. We were looking them up on the internet, just thinking of them, and I was getting so frustrated because we could not like decide on anything, and like every time I think about girl names, I just like my mind gets completely racked, and I just get really frustrated, and I cannot think about it for too long, because I just get too frustrated with it. But actually, as I was saying that, I remembered 2 more names. So before the last one, my next 2 names would be Charlotte and Meredith. I actually like those 2 names quite a lot, but my issue with Charlotte is I actually had a teacher, like when I was in kindergarten. I didn't have her, but I knew her really well, and her name is Charlotte. So just something about that would make me think of an older lady, and I just couldn't name her Charlotte. And then with Meredith, I feel like I couldn't name her Meredith because of Meredith Grey, and also from 19 Kids and Counting, I know they have a daughter named Meredith, and I've seen that like on TV, and I couldn't because of that. Now for the last name, and this is one my fiance actually does like, so it's definitely a contender, and that would be Scarlett. I love the name Scarlett. I think it's beautiful, and I love it because of Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. I love old movies. I love everything about like older things, just in general, music, movie, like TV shows, everything. So Scarlett's a beautiful name, just like Scarlett O'Hara, and I love it. But that would actually be one reason why I wouldn't want to name her Scarlett, but I don't know, I feel like that name's so up there, I feel like it can outweigh it, and my fiance likes it, so that's kind of like a win-win situation right there. So Scarlett's definitely a contender. But anyway, that is it for the girls. So now on to the boys, which is actually a little bit less. Like, me and my boyfriend never really argued on guys' names. Actually, one name that I like, and I've always really liked, and that's because I was going to be named these next 2 names if I were a boy. Number 1 would be Adam. I was going to be Adam if I wasn't Anna. If I was a boy, I was going to be Adam, And just ever since then, like, since I was a little bitty girl and my mom would tell me I was gonna be Adam, like, I just always really liked that name, and it just always stuck with me. So when I was a little girl, I was like, oh, I'm gonna name my kid Adam. And so, like, I went, for many years just stuck on Adam. And then a couple years later, for my second name, which is Landon, my mom also was thinking about naming me Landon, and then also she really liked it because of A Walk to Remember, which A Walk to Remember was after I was born, but she just also says she liked it because of that. But Landon, and I loved Landon for years, and that name, along with Adam, stuck in my mind up to like mid-high school. I mean, it was like I didn't think of any other boy names. Like, my boy was gonna be like Adam Landon or Landon Adam. And I absolutely love those names, and I just didn't have any other boy name, like, in mind, like, whatsoever, until I got with my fiance now, and, we talk about baby names all the time, and, like, we talked about the boy names, and I always said Adam and Landon, and he hated those names, and he was like, no, and so we don't agree with names, but he hated them. And so then I started thinking more and really brainstorming, and I just kind of threw those names out, even though I loved them my whole life. But now we actually have decided on a boy name. If we do have a boy, like, I don't know, of course, if we'll have a girl or a boy, if we'll have both, like, I don't know yet. But if we do have a boy, we have came up with the name Ezra and Knox. So basically, the reasons why we would not name the kid Landon or Adam is because of he don't like those names. So, and those have really been the only two boy names in the picture. But Landon and Adam, and then now the actual real boy name that we want to name our son would be Ezra Knox. And Ezra, because it's just, I love the name. And to be honest, when I very first heard it, I heard it in Pretty Little Liars, and I was like, that's a weird name, and it never, like, stuck with me until, like, a year or so later, and I reheard it, and then it was also in the Bible, and so that has meaning to me, and so I really love the name Ezra, and I feel like it seems like, I don't know the word, like a smart name, and, like, also a really classy name. And the reason why Knox, we want Knox, is because Knoxville, which is in Tennessee, which is in America where I live, Knoxville has significant meaning to me and my boyfriend. There I go again, fiance, because he goes to college up there. So Knox is really cute, and I do know that's a kind of a trending little baby name, like, going on right now. So that's why we want to name our son Ezra Knox, and I love those names. So that's basically it for boys. Like, there really isn't a lot. I do like the name Parker, but I wouldn't name my child Parker because that is my mom's maiden name, and then of course it's my papa's last name. So I mean, it is a family name. I really wouldn't want to name him Parker, even though, I mean, I think that would be cool. Like, I don't know, just like weighing my options. But anyway, that's basically it, you guys. I just really thought this would be a really fun video to film, and I enjoyed watching the videos I watched of other YouTubers doing this, so I really hope you enjoy watching this one. If you did, please subscribe. You can either subscribe down below or right here, and then also there's another video of mine you can watch right here, and it would mean the world to me if you would. So please subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and comment what baby names you like down below, because I would absolutely love to know. And other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.